What if I told you that the most disciplined, unstoppable version of you is already inside you, buried under distraction, fear, and the noise of everyday life? Marcus Aurelius faced wars, betrayal, pressure, and loss. Yet he woke up each day with calm, clarity, and unshakable purpose. How? Through a set of Stoic principles so powerful, they can rebuild your mind, reshape your habits, and give you a level of discipline most people will never touch. Today, we're not just talking about Stoicism, we're using it as a blueprint to create the strongest version of you. So stay with me, because what you're about to hear can change the way you wake up, work, think, and live. Let's begin. Imagine waking up each morning with your mind sharp, your direction clear, and your actions guided by something deeper than mood, motivation, or circumstance. That clarity, that unwavering center, is what Marcus Aurelius believed every human must cultivate. To the Stoics, purpose is the engine of discipline, the compass of character, and the source of inner strength. But what does it actually mean to find your purpose? It's not about discovering some perfect, magical destiny. It's not about waiting for inspiration to strike or hoping the universe hands you a written instruction manual for your life. Stoicism teaches that purpose begins with understanding what truly matters, stripping away the noise of society, ego, and fear, and identifying the deeper responsibilities life has given you. Marcus Aurelius wrote that every person is a part of a greater whole, nature, humanity, the universe, and that our purpose is found when our actions align with virtue, reason, and the greater good. For him, purpose wasn't an abstract idea. It was something lived daily through choices, duties, and discipline. Your purpose is the force that pulls you out of bed when comfort tries to hold you down. It's the quiet voice that reminds you who you are when stress, chaos, and temptation try to distract you. It's what keeps you consistent long after excitement fades. What keeps you grounded when life shakes your foundation. But in the modern world, purpose is harder to see. We are surrounded by endless distractions, limitless desires, and thousands of voices telling us what should matter. This is why Stoic wisdom is more essential now than ever. Purpose is not found in noise. It is uncovered in silence. It emerges when you peel back what is temporary, shallow, or driven by comparison, and ask yourself, what drives me at my core? What work feels meaningful to me? What challenges am I willing to endure? What actions align with my values, not my impulses? What kind of person am I trying to become? These questions are not easy, but they are necessary, because a person without purpose drifts, and drifting is the enemy of discipline. But a person with purpose becomes dangerous in the best way, focused, resilient, and immune to distraction. Marcus Aurelius practiced this through daily reflection. Every morning, he reminded himself of his duties as a leader, a father, a human being. Every night, he examined whether he lived in alignment with that purpose. You can practice this too. Each morning, ask, what am I meant to do today? Each evening, ask, did I live true to my purpose? Purpose is not about perfection. It's about direction. It's about aligning your actions, even in small ways, with something meaningful. And here is the truth the Stoics understood better than anyone. Discipline is impossible without purpose, but with purpose, discipline becomes natural. When you truly know why you are doing something, motivation becomes irrelevant. Excuses lose their power. Resistance fades. Fatigue weakens. Meaning carries you. Your purpose doesn't need to be dramatic. It only needs to be true. Find it, honor it, live by it, and the disciplined life Marcus Aurelius modeled becomes not just inspirational, but achievable. One of Marcus Aurelius's most repeated reminders in meditations is brutally simple: look within. The source of strength is there. To a Stoic, self-reliance isn't about isolation or pretending you don't need anyone. It's about understanding a deeper truth. You are the only person who can control your actions, your judgments, and your destiny. The world may support you, guide you, or even comfort you, but no one can live for you. No, One can think on your behalf. No one can build your discipline for you, and no one can force you to rise when life breaks you down. Stoicism teaches that relying on yourself is the beginning of true freedom, because it shifts your power from outside forces back into your own hands. Think about how often people allow their lives to be shaped by external noise. Waiting for motivation, waiting for approval, waiting for the right time, waiting for someone else to validate their choices, waiting for someone to save them. The Stoics saw this as the greatest tragedy. Wasting your life waiting for someone else to give you permission to live. Marcus Aurelius lived at the center of an empire, surrounded by advisors, soldiers, politicians, and scholars. Yet every night he wrote to himself, reminding his mind, the only thing you truly possess is your ability to choose your own actions. Self-reliance doesn't mean arrogance. It means accountability. It means being honest with yourself, even when the truth is uncomfortable. It means saying, I am responsible for my habits. I am responsible for my discipline. I am responsible for my progress. I am responsible for how I respond to life. And that honesty can feel heavy at first, but over time, it becomes liberating, because when you rely on yourself, you stop blaming others. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions. You stop seeking constant reassurance. You stop giving your power away. You become unshakable. The Stoics believed that inner strength is built the same way a muscle is built, through small actions repeated daily, especially when no one is watching. Start simple. Keep a promise you made to yourself. Follow through on a small task even when you're tired. Choose effort over excuses. For just one morning, take ownership of your decisions instead of blaming circumstances. Every small act of self-reliance becomes a brick in the fortress of your character. Over days, that fortress becomes confidence. Over months, it becomes discipline. Over years, it becomes who you are. The Stoics were right. No external force is more powerful than a person who trusts their own mind and stands firmly on their own principles. If Marcus Aurelius taught one lesson more consistently than any other, it was this: greatness is not built in a single moment. It is built in the daily decision to show up, especially when you don't feel like it. Stoicism is not a philosophy of grand gestures. It is a philosophy of small, deliberate, consistent action, repeated with integrity over a lifetime, and in that repetition, discipline is forged. Most people wait for motivation. Stoics wait for nothing. They wake up, acknowledge the day, and step into their duties, not because it feels good, not because it's exciting, but because life is asking something of them, and they refuse to turn away. Marcus Aurelius wrote endlessly about this. He reminded himself each morning, you will face challenges, you will encounter resistance, you will feel tired, emotional, or uninspired, but you must still rise and do the work that is yours to do. Showing up is not glamorous, it is not posted on social media, it is not applauded by the crowd. It is you, alone with your thoughts, choosing progress over comfort, choosing courage over laziness, choosing virtue over excuses. And this choice, repeated daily, transforms you. The modern world has confused excitement with purpose. If something doesn't feel inspiring, people quit. If a goal doesn't produce immediate results, they abandon it. If discipline becomes uncomfortable, they look for an easier path. But the Stoic understands something deeper. Success is not about intensity. It's about consistency. Your future is built by what you do repeatedly, not what you do occasionally. The person who shows up every day will outrun the person who works hard once in a while. Think of the greatest progress you've ever made in your life. Was it because of one explosive burst of effort? Or was it because day after day you kept going, even when motivation faded? Show up. That is the Stoic mandate, even if it's messy, even if it's small, even if it's imperfect. Write one paragraph, do one workout, study for 10 minutes, practice one lesson, reflect for 5 minutes, clean One corner of your space. It doesn't matter how much. It matters that you honor the commitment, because each time you show up, even in the smallest way, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. These tiny votes accumulate until the transformation is undeniable. Marcus Aurelius faced war, sickness, betrayal, and political chaos. Yet he showed up every single day. If an emperor could sit down and write, "Do today's work today," then surely you and I can tackle our simple responsibilities. This is the reality most people avoid. Discipline is not built from motivation. Discipline is built from repetition, and the one who shows up daily becomes unstoppable. So ask yourself, what is one thing I can commit to daily? What tiny action moves me toward the life I want? What would my discipline look like if I treated every day as a sacred opportunity? Show up today, show up tomorrow, show up next week, and soon you won't recognize who you've become. Not because you changed suddenly, but because you showed up consistently. If there is one truth modern society hides from us, it is this: comfort weakens you. Discomfort builds you. Marcus Aurelius, despite living in a palace, practiced voluntary hardship. Why? Because he understood that the human mind becomes soft when life is too easy, and soft minds collapse at the first sign of difficulty. Comfort feels good, but it quietly steals your resilience. Discomfort feels difficult, but it quietly builds your power. The Stoics believed that no one can be truly disciplined, truly courageous, or truly mentally strong if they avoid discomfort. Strength is not formed in warm rooms and easy mornings. Strength is forged in the moments when you willingly choose the harder path, voluntary. Discomfort is not about punishing yourself. It's about training your mind to stay calm when life gets hard, because life will get hard, and when it does, you want a mind that has been prepared, conditioned, and strengthened. Marcus Aurelius practiced this through small, intentional challenges, going without certain comforts, enduring cold, limiting food or luxuries, performing duties even when exhausted, accepting pain without complaint. He did this not out of pride, but out of wisdom. He knew that if he could thrive without comfort, then comfort could never control him. In the modern world, everything is designed to make life easier: instant entertainment, instant food, instant escape, instant gratification. But all of these conveniences come with a hidden cost. They weaken your ability to endure. They reduce your tolerance for stress. They lower your mental strength. They make you dependent on comfort for stability. Stoicism teaches the opposite path. When you choose discomfort voluntarily, even in small ways, you expand your capacity for life. Choosing a cold shower, waking up early despite fatigue, fasting for a day, walking instead of driving, exercising when you don't want to, putting your phone away, and sitting with silence. Doing the difficult task first. Each small hardship becomes a training ground for the mind. Each moment of discomfort becomes proof that you control your impulses. Your impulses don't control you. And here is the deeper Stoic truth. When you choose voluntary discomfort, involuntary discomfort stops controlling you. Life's hardships stop feeling like punishment and start feeling like challenges you were built for, because you've trained, you've prepared, you've strengthened your inner foundation. Most people break because they expect life to be easy. Stoics thrive because they expect life to be hard and prepare themselves accordingly. Ask yourself, when was the last time I willingly chose the harder option? Have I become dependent on comfort? What small hardship can I practice daily to build resilience? Start small, start intentionally, start today. If you train your mind to embrace discomfort, then discipline becomes natural, courage becomes instinctive, and no unexpected hardship will ever defeat you, because you've already conquered yourself. This is why Marcus Aurelius could face betrayal, war, sickness, and pressure with calm. He trained his mind long before the challenges arrived. You must do the same. If there is one Stoic principle that can instantly reduce your suffering and multiply your strength, It is this: focus only on what is within your control and release everything that isn't. Marcus Aurelius repeated this idea in Meditations more than any other concept. Why? Because he understood that most of the emotional pain humans experience comes not from life itself, but from trying to control the uncontrollable. Think about how much energy people waste on things they cannot influence, the opinions of others, the past, the future, rejection, whether people appreciate them, unexpected events, delays, mistakes, bad timing, the economy, traffic, weather outcomes instead of efforts. This constant desire to control the external world leads to anxiety, frustration, and disappointment, because the external world will never fully cooperate with your expectations. Stoicism offers a brutal but liberating truth. Your peace depends on your ability to distinguish between what is yours and what is not. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." That sentence alone can change the course of your life. Your control is limited to three things: your thoughts, your taste, actions. 3, your attitude, everything else is outside your hands. When something falls outside your control, a Stoic does not fight reality. A Stoic adapts. Stoic responds with reason rather than resistance. Imagine carrying 2 bags through life. Bag 1, things you can control. Bag 2, things you cannot control. Most people spend their entire lives digging through bag 2, trying to fix people, force outcomes, rewrite the past, predict the future. Meanwhile, bag 1, their mindset, discipline, character, and choices goes neglected. The result: chaos outside, chaos inside. But when you shift your energy to bag 1, something incredible happens. Stress decreases, clarity increases, self-discipline becomes easier. Emotional resilience becomes your natural state, because every ounce of your energy is now fueling something that actually responds to you. Imagine 2 people facing the same setback. One complains, blames others, spirals emotionally. The other asks, "What can I control right now?" and acts. Same event, different control, different life. The dichotomy of control transforms your inner world because it removes the illusion that you can force life to go your way. Instead, you learn to navigate life with strength, flexibility, and calm. Here are ways to practice this daily. When a problem arises, ask, "Is this within my control?" If yes, act with discipline. If no, release it immediately. When emotions rise, ask, "What part of this situation belongs to me?" If it's your reaction, master it. If it's someone else's behavior, let it go. When outcomes concern you, remind yourself, "I control effort, not results." Do your best, release the rest. A Stoic never sacrifices their peace for something they do not control. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, commanded armies, faced pandemics, betrayal, war, and loss, yet remained calm. Not because his life was easy, but because he trained his mind to separate the controllable from the uncontrollable. And when you master that distinction, you no longer feel overwhelmed by life, because now life cannot move you without your permission. One of the most transformative teachings in Stoicism, and one of the hardest for people to accept, is this: you are never a victim of life. You are only a victim of your judgments about life. Marcus Aurelius, despite being an emperor constantly surrounded by betrayal, war, politics, and pressure, refused to see himself as a helpless figure. Why? Because the moment you label yourself as a victim, you surrender the very power that makes you human, your ability to choose your response. Victimhood is seductive, gives temporary comfort. It shifts blame away from you. It creates a story where you are powerless and the world is responsible for your pain. But here is the truth the Stoics relentlessly repeated: you cannot control what happens to you, but you always control what you make it mean. People often mistake this principle. Stoicism does not deny the existence of pain. injustice, or hardship. It does not tell you to suppress your emotions or pretend bad things don't hurt. Instead, it teaches you something far stronger. Do not allow external events to define your identity. Breakup does not make you unworthy. Failure does not make you incapable. Loss does not make you broken. Betrayal does not make you unlovable. Setbacks do not make you powerless. Your interpretation, the story you attach to the event, is what determines your emotional life. The Stoic asks, does this event control my character? Does this moment decide who I become next? Can I learn something here instead of collapsing? Is my reaction strengthening me or weakening me? Victimhood answers these questions with despair. Stoicism answers them with dignity. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, choose not to be harmed when then you won't be. This is not denial, it's mastery. It means you cannot control betrayal, but you can control whether it hardens or enlightens you. You cannot control setbacks, but you can control the lessons you extract. You cannot control cruelty, but you can control whether it poisons your heart. You cannot control misfortune, but you can control how gracefully you endure it. Every time you refuse the victim narrative, you reclaim a piece of your inner throne. You regain the authority over your own life. You say to the world, you may shake me, but you will not define me. You may hurt me, but you will not own me. You may challenge me, but I will rise anyway. This is the Stoic spirit, a spirit that does not bow to circumstances. To practice this daily. When something hurts you, acknowledge it, but don't build your identity around it. When you feel wronged, ask what part of the situation is yours to master. When you want to blame, pause and redirect your attention inward. When life becomes unfair, use the moment as a test of your character. The world does not reward blame, it rewards responsibility. The world does not respect victimhood. It respects resilience. The world does not shape the strong. The strong shape themselves. When you stop playing the victim, your entire life transforms. You stop waiting for life to get easier. You stop waiting for others to rescue you. You stop expecting fairness from a world that was never designed to be fair. Instead, you rise, you take responsibility, you act, you grow, and suddenly, the power you thought you lost returns to you, because it was never outside of you, it was always in your response. If there is one truth that modern society desperately avoids, it is this: comfort is slowly killing your potential. Discomfort is the birthplace of strength. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus understood this with absolute clarity. They believed you cannot train your mind to be strong while living a life built entirely around ease, luxury, and emotional softness. Why? Because comfort makes the mind weak. When everything is convenient, effortless, and predictable, even small disruptions feel overwhelming. A minor inconvenience becomes a crisis. A small setback feels like a catastrophe. One harsh comment feels like an attack on your identity. The Stoics realized that true resilience, the kind that carries you through heartbreak, loss, failure, and chaos, is not built in comfort. It is built in voluntary adversity. Seneca wrote, "It is in times of security that the spirit should prepare itself for difficulty." This is not pessimism, it is preparation. If you train your mind under controlled discomfort, you will not break under real hardship. Stoicism teaches us that voluntary discomfort is a form of mental armor, a way of reminding yourself that you are stronger than your circumstances. What does voluntary discomfort look like? It doesn't mean torturing yourself or seeking suffering. It means deliberately stepping into situations that challenge your comfort zone. Waking up early even when you don't want to. Taking cold showers to practice endurance. Exercising when your mind screams for rest. Eating with discipline when cravings dominate. Saying no to distractions. Cutting out digital noise. Facing difficult conversations rather than avoiding them. Choosing work over instant gratification. These are not punishments, they are training. just like a warrior strengthens his body before battle. A Stoic strengthens the mind before life inevitably tests them. Think of discomfort as a gym for your character. Every time you choose discomfort over ease, your discipline grows. Your emotional threshold expands, your fear shrinks, your self-respect multiplies. Modern life encourages people to avoid anything unpleasant, but a person who avoids discomfort becomes fragile. Avoids challenges, loses confidence, avoids effort, becomes weak, avoids confrontation, becomes insecure, avoids silence, becomes anxious, avoids responsibility, becomes lost. Comfort might feel pleasant in the moment, but comfort makes you soft, and softness makes you breakable. The Stoics intentionally practiced small hardships so they would remain unshakable when real storms came. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Ask, is this something that is within my strength to endure?" You will find the answer is almost always yes, because your potential is far greater than your comfort zone. How to apply this today? Choose one small discomfort every day. Just one. Do the harder task first. Delay a pleasure by 30 minutes. Take a cold shower for 30 seconds. Leave your phone in another room. Walk instead of drive. Say no to one temptation. Do the thing you've been avoiding. Each choice matters. You're not training the body. You're training the mind. You're teaching yourself. I do not fear discomfort. I can endure more than I think. Hard things do not break me. They shape me. After weeks of this practice, you will look at yourself differently. You will no longer crumble when life becomes difficult. You will not panic under pressure. You will not hide from challenge. Why? Because you have seen yourself rise willingly into discomfort. And once you know, you can endure discomfort by choice. You stop fearing the discomfort that life forces upon you. Voluntary discomfort creates inner freedom. It breaks your dependence on ease. It strengthens your resilience. It builds a mind that cannot be bullied by circumstances. This is the Stoic path to becoming unshakable, a path walked not in comfort but in chosen courage. If there is one idea that defines Stoicism more than any other, it is this: peace begins the moment you separate what you control from what you don't. Marcus Aurelius lived in a world of wars, plagues, political betrayal, and constant uncertainty, yet he remained calm, stable, and rational. How? By ruthlessly focusing his energy on one question: is this in my control or not? If it wasn't, he released it from his mind instantly. If it was, he acted with discipline and courage. This is the Stoic superpower. Most suffering doesn't come from reality, it comes from wishing reality were different. People drain their energy worrying about what others think, what others say, what might happen, what could go wrong, what life should have been, why something happened to them, why someone acted unfairly, why circumstances aren't perfect. Every one of these lies outside your control. Every one of them steals your peace. The Stoics knew trying to control the uncontrollable is the root of emotional chaos. Focusing only on what you control is the root of emotional strength. Look at your life right now. How much mental energy do you waste on drama, gossip, fear, outcomes, perceptions, imagined scenarios, past events, future uncertainties? Stoicism cuts through all of this with one decisive slice: control the action, release the outcome, because the outcome is shaped by infinite forces: time, chance, other people, nature, circumstances, but the action is entirely yours, what is truly in your control. According to Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, your thoughts, your decisions, your attitude, your effort, your discipline, your reactions, your virtues, your character, your purpose, your inner dialogue, everything else, not yours. This is not pessimism, it is freedom. Once you stop wasting energy on what you can't control, you reclaim your power for what you can. For example, you can't control whether someone likes you, but you can control how you treat them. You can't control the economy, but you can control your financial discipline. You can't control the weather, but you can control how you prepare for it. You can't control your past, but you can control your next action. You can't control outcomes, but you can control consistency. The result? A mind that feels lighter, clearer, stronger. No more drowning in anxiety about possibilities. No more emotional exhaustion from chasing the impossible. No more unnecessary suffering. Just purposeful, directed, powerful action. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means when you focus on action, obstacles stop being catastrophes. They become instructions. If something is in your control, act. If something is not, accept. That is the entire Stoic formula for peace. How to practice the dichotomy of control today? Use this simple tool. Step 1. When you feel stress or negativity rising, pause. Step 2. Ask yourself, is this in my control? Step 3. If yes, take one small, rational action. If no, release it immediately. This is how you protect your inner fortress. This is how you stay disciplined when others panic. This is how you remain calm when the world is loud. This is how you regain clarity when your mind feels scattered. This is how you redirect your energy where it truly matters. A warrior doesn't swing at shadows. A Stoic doesn't fight what cannot be controlled. You focus on your sphere of influence. You master your inner world, and through that mastery, you regain freedom. One of the most transformative principles Marcus Aurelius lived by was this: you cannot control everything that happens, but you can always control who you become because of it. This is where most people fall, not because life is unfair, but because they adopt a mindset that slowly destroys their strength, the victim mindset. The victim mindset whispers, "Life is happening to me. There's nothing I can do. People keep hurting me. I never get what I want. My past defines me. Others should fix this for me." It is subtle, seductive, and deadly, because once you accept this mindset, you surrender your power to change, your power to grow, your power to overcome. Stoicism destroys this illusion with a single truth: you are responsible for your inner world, always. This doesn't mean life is fair. It doesn't mean people won't betray, hurt, abandon, or fail you. It doesn't mean circumstances won't be cruel, but it means you never let those events dictate your identity or your destiny. Marcus Aurelius faced plagues, political enemies, war, loss, heartbreak, illness, yet he never once wrote, "Why me? This is unfair. Life owes me something." Instead, he wrote, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't be harmed. Choose not to feel injured, and you haven't been." This is the Stoic breakthrough. Pain is real, but the suffering you attach to it is optional. Victimhood steals your life in 3 ways. It traps you in the past. You replay wounds, imagining they define who you are. But the Stoics say, the past cannot touch you unless you invite it. It destroys. Action. Victims wait for someone else to save. Then warriors save themselves. It blinds you to opportunity. Every difficulty contains a lesson. Every setback contains growth. Every obstacle contains power. But victims only see injustice. The Stoic sees challenges differently. A Stoic looks at hardship and thinks, here is a chance to practice courage. Here is a chance to sharpen discipline. Here is a chance to strengthen resilience. Here is a chance to master myself. Life becomes a training ground, not a punishment. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." Do you see what that means? Life isn't determined by events, but by the meaning you assign to those events. You are not defined by your past. You are not defined by your wounds. You are not defined by what others did to you. You are defined by what you do. Next, how to stop being the victim and reclaim your power. Step 1. Stop blaming, no more pointing outward. Whatever happened, happened. Now the responsibility to respond belongs to you. Step 2. Stop complaining. Complaints drain strength. Action creates strength. Step 3. Ask the Stoic question. What is the virtuous action I can take right now? Courage, your self-control, wisdom, justice. Choose one, then act. Step 4. Rewrite your identity. Not I am broken, but I am rebuilding. Not life is unfair, but life is training me. Not I am powerless, but I am responsible. You cannot control fate, but fate cannot stop a disciplined mind. This is the truth Marcus Aurelius lived by. This is the truth every Stoic warrior carries. And this is the truth you must now claim. I refuse to be the victim. I choose to be the author of my life, because once you stop giving your power away, nothing external can break you. Not failure, not betrayal, not rejection, not uncertainty, not chaos, not loss. You become untouchable, not because life is easier, but because you have become stronger. Marcus Aurelius had the weight of an empire on his shoulders, yet he still ended every single day with the same quiet ritual: reflection, review, recalibration. Why? Because the Stoics understood a profound truth. An unexamined day becomes an undisciplined life. Most people drift through their days. Unconsciously, they react instead of reflect. They move but never evaluate. They repeat the same mistakes because they never pause to study them. But the Stoic way is different. Marcus Aurelius used his nights to sharpen his awareness. His meditations is nothing more than the written record of a man holding himself accountable, not with judgment, but with honesty and courage. Reflection isn't about guilt, it's about power. The purpose of Stoic reflection is not to punish yourself. It is not to replay regrets or amplify shame. Its purpose is clarity. Reflection shines a light on the blind spots that keep you stuck. It helps you understand. What did I do well today? Where did I lose control? Did I act according to my values? Did I waste time on distractions? Did I show discipline? Did I avoid excuses? Did I live as the person I want to become? This simple practice transforms your mind from chaotic to conscious, because the truth is, you cannot improve what you do not examine. Reflection turns mistakes into wisdom. Every mistake contains information. Every emotional reaction contains data. Every moment of weakness contains a lesson, but you only gain that lesson if you study yourself. Marcus Aurelius often wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive." But he also wrote, "At night, examine your actions and correct those that need correction." Stoicism is not perfection. It is progression, slow, disciplined, intentional. The Stoic evening ritual here is the 3-step ritual practiced by ancient Stoics. Quiet the noise, turn off the outside world. No scrolling, no unnecessary stimulation. Even 2 minutes of silence helps you return to yourself. Review the day with honesty, not with harshness, not with ego, just truth. Ask, where did I act with virtue? Where did I act with weakness? What emotions controlled me today? What can I do better tomorrow? This process trains your mind to recognize patterns instead of blindly repeating them. Recalibrate your course. If you drifted today, correct tomorrow. If you failed today, begin again tomorrow. If you excelled today, repeat tomorrow. Every night becomes a reset button, a chance to improve without self-punishment. Why this practice makes you unstoppable? Because reflection builds 3 essential Stoic qualities. Self-awareness. You start understanding your triggers. Discipline. You begin acting with intention, not impulse. And mastery. You learn from each day. Instead of losing it, most people let days vanish into memory without extracting anything, but not the Stoic. The Stoic harvests wisdom from every sunrise and sunset. Over months, this becomes transformation. Over years, it becomes character. Over a lifetime, it becomes legacy. The day belongs to fate. The meaning belongs to you. You may not control whether the day was easy or hard. You may not control every event, every emotion, or every person, but through reflection, You control what you carry forward and what you choose to leave behind. That is real power. That is Stoic power. The final Stoic promise ends each day with this reminder: I cannot change today, but I can learn from it, and tomorrow I rise better. Say it, write it, live it, because this final principle ties every section together. A disciplined life is not built in a single moment, but in the daily practice of becoming more aware, more intentional, and more aligned with the person you seek to be. As we reach the end of this journey into the mind of Marcus Aurelius and the discipline of the Stoic life, I want you to pause for a moment, not to think, not to analyze, just to feel the weight of a simple truth. Everything you need to build a stronger, calmer, more disciplined life is already inside you. Stoicism was never about becoming superhuman. It was never about suppressing emotion, becoming cold, or living a life without challenges. No, Stoicism is about remembering who you are when the world tries to make you forget it. It's about standing firmly in your values when life shakes everything else. It is about showing up, not perfectly, but consistently. Every teaching you've heard in this journey is not meant to inspire you for a moment, but to become a framework you return to every single day. Find your purpose, rely on yourself, show up daily, embrace discomfort, control what is yours, and release what is. Not refuse the victim role, delay gratification, ignore the noise of doubters, model the wise. Reflect every night. These are not rules. They are tools, weapons against chaos, distraction, weakness, and self-betrayal. A disciplined life is not built in one day. It is built in hundreds of small choices: to wake up when you don't feel like it, to work when your mind gives you excuses, to stay calm when the world pushes you, to stay true when the noise around you grows loud. Marcus Aurelius didn't write for praise. He wrote to remind himself who he needed to be. And today, you have that same chance to remind yourself, I can control myself, I can discipline my mind, I can shape my life through my choices, I can rise. Again and again, you are not powerless, you are not behind, you are not too late. Every sunrise is an invitation. Every morning is a chance to choose a different direction. Every evening reflection is a chance to correct your course. You don't need permission. You don't need perfection. You don't need anyone's approval. You need only this: the decision to begin and the discipline to continue. If this message touched you, if even one line resonated with something deep inside you, don't let it end here. Like this video, help it reach someone who needs it. Subscribe, join a community of warriors walking the same Stoic path. Comment your biggest lesson. Your words might become someone else's lifeline, because we're not building a channel, we're building a movement, a community of disciplined, grounded, resilient minds who rise not because life is easy, but because they choose strength over surrender. Until next time, live with intention, think with clarity, act with discipline, and remember, you rise with every choice you make.